Hello, how are ya? I guess you know what I'm gonna be reviewing today, right? Don't you? Hello, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in. And in today's video, we'll be reviewing the concealer and color corrector by Jeffree Star, as well as the brand new setting powders. I have all these beautiful items right here, and I will be showing you some demos, some swatches, and my final thoughts about this new line by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So before we get started, if you are new here, please consider to subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to be part of my family. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. Do not forget to ring that little notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload new videos. Also, follow me on Instagram. I would love to see you there. And now, if you want to know everything that I have to say about these new products by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, just keep on watching. So Jeffree Star a few days ago decided to move forward with the launch of his brand new Magic Star Concealer and also the Magic Star Setting Powder. These two new items, they were not supposed to be launched this early in the year. There was an unfortunate situation for Jeffree where his warehouse was broke into, and unfortunately some of the C5 shade of the Magic Concealer was taken and it started floating all over the internet. That being said, when he launched it, he gave the date, April 19, these products came out and they are now available at Jeffree Star Cosmetics as well as Beautylish and Morphe stores online and in the actual brick and mortar stores. So I wasn't able to go to any of Morphe stores. They are way too far away from where I live from, about 3 to 4 hours away. So there was no way that I was going to drive that much for getting the concealer and the setting powder. So I decided to go to jeffreestarcosmetics.com and actually pick the items from there. Now let's go into the products. So the Magic Star Concealer comes in actually 30 shades and it costs $22. This is the box that it comes in. Very pretty pink, like the brand, with a little bit of like holographic type of design. Then his logo right here, and then Magic Star. It is embossed, really nice. When you open the package, you will find, hey, how are you? Yeah, your magic wand by Jeffree Star. This is a little bit kind of like over the top for a concealer. A very different design for what we're used to see on concealer packages. Very well thought out. It looks actually like a magic wand. I think he said something about, you know, Sailor Moon vibe and whatnot. I mean, to me, although it's cute, I don't mind, you know, like this type of packaging or another packaging. Now, this is hard plastic, it's not glass. The little star that is up here has a very pointy edge. So I would say be careful, not only for stabbing or if you're dropping it and then you're wearing sandals, you know, you can get hurt. But also if you're taking this in a beauty bag or in your purse, this can get caught on your fabric, hopefully not damage the fabric because it's not as sharp, but it's very pointy. So just be careful about it. Now the concealer, I got it on the shade C7 and it's a little bit hard to actually shade match when you're trying to do it all online because it's all through pictures. So I think that was the hardest part, and you will see upon application, this concealer is a little bit too light for my complexion. But I also was able to pick up the color corrector in the shade Peach. Now, aside to the peach color corrector, he also launched a green color corrector. In the video where he launches his collection with Gabriel Zamora, actually, he mentioned that he will have other color correctors. One of them will be a lavender color. Now, we don't have the date when that will come out, but we know that. Now, talking a little bit more about this color corrector, in the website says that this is a unique creamy, high coverage liquid concealer formula. The percentage of pigmentation that it has is 20%, so it can actually cover tattoos. It has anti-aging properties that help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and increases the wear time, and self-setting effect keeps you looking flawless for hours. That's the promise on this concealer. Now this concealer, it's also fragrance-free, paraben-free, and talc-free. Now when you open up the concealer, it has a doe foot applicator, and this doe foot applicator is very flat, Now, this top foot applicator has a little hole in the middle, and that hole, it actually retains some of the product in there. So with one time that you dip this concealer, you have enough product for application and then reapplying on top. So you have plenty of product to work with. Now, this concealer comes with 3.4 ml or 0.115 fluid ounces. So although it looks the package to be a little bit large, it's not large, and it's actually very little amount of product that you get on this concealer for the price. If you compare this concealer, and I'm just talking about product itself, the liquid, the concealer that comes inside, I'm not talking about anything about the packaging. Now, if we go to the Tarte Shape Tape, the Tarte Shape Tape comes with 10 ml, which is about 3 times more of product inside this container. So basically, if you wanted to have this amount of product inside of this tube right here, you will be paying about $65 for this, because you're paying about 3 times that $22 to get all the amount of product. Now, we're not talking about packaging, because I mean, although Tarte Shape Tape packaging is nice package, there's nothing wrong. It's the same type of plastic. This may be a little bit hard plastic right here, but it doesn't have this embellishment. At the end, you're paying more for this product in fluid ounces than what you will be paying for the Tarte Shape Tape. Now, if we go to the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, this comes with 15 ml or 0.50 fluid ounces, which is about 4.35 fluid ounces more than the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. Now, if you want to have this concealer, this product, the liquid that is right here on one of these containers, you will be paying $95 to get this amount of product. So as you can tell, this concealer is actually expensive. I mean, the price seems fairly right at $22. And when you see it at first, it's like, wow, that's a great pricing, you know, because some of the concealers, they are around the $25, $30 range, $30, $32 and up. Now, but when we're talking about the product itself inside, it is actually high up on the pricing. The only one that I find comparable in the actual amount of product that you're getting, it will be the Magic Away Liquid Concealer. This one comes with 4 ml and this one comes with a little bit less, 3.4 ml. So just for comparison, again, I'm just talking about the product that you will be getting inside, not about the packaging. Obviously, Jeffree Star had to make up for the amount of money that he had to put into this type of container, the design, all the details and whatnot. It was necessary as a consumer point of view, no, but as a branding, yes, because this is his brand, so he has to have, you know, his own personality reflected on his products. And I think he, as anybody else that has a brand, he has the right to put it right here. But just, I wanted to give you a little bit of food for thought on pricing, because at first everybody was like, well, that is really reasonable in price, we're so happy. But then when you do a little bit of that math, you can tell that it is a very expensive concealer at the end, depending on how much you use of concealer. If you're a person that likes to conceal all over, it will become high up in price. Now, the other product that I was able to get through Jeffree Star Cosmetics website, it is his new Magic Away Concealer in the shade Fair, and this comes with 0.353 ounces or 10 grams of product. The packaging is really, really pretty. It's a hard plastic container, and it has this mold right here on top that has the logo of Jeffree Star in there. Just super nice, and you will see when I open it up, it has a really nice flap, very well thought out. Now, this Magic Star setting powder retails for $22, and it actually has an ultra fine, soft and luxurious formula that is infused with vitamin C and E, that has a special blend of silica that controls oil and keeps you looking flawless all day. For an airbrush, Jeffree Star approved blurring effects, pores, creasing, who can relate. and it comes in 8 different shades. The shade that I got is in the shade Fair. Now that we have got all the pricing, product details out of the way, let's jump into the application. So my last Ulta haul, I got these sponges by Jeffree Star and Morphe. Jeffree Star doesn't have any foundations as of right now, but I'm sure he's gonna come with more complexion products. So I'm gonna be using this Beauty Blender foundation. I have it in the shade 3.3 and it's the Bounce foundation. I had used it only once and it does have a really cool system. On the back you have a lock and unlock button, and right here you can place your Beauty Blender. Now I'm gonna be using this sponge by Jeffree Star. Actually, this is just my second time using this foundation, so I'm kind of like just testing it for right now. The difference between these Morphe sponges and the Beauty Blenders is that the Morphe sponges are more dense while the Beauty Blenders are more airy. So the Beauty Blenders will absorb more of your product, while these type of harder sponges, kind of again Morphe or even the ones by Real Techniques, it will not absorb as much foundation or product as a Beauty Blender will do. Now we're gonna go into the application. I have really dark circles, so I went ahead and got the Peach Magic Star concealer, and I got also the concealer in shade C7. So I have 2 of them. So I'm gonna go first with the peach one. But when you open it up, you will see the doe foot applicator has a little hole in the middle, so that will retain product inside. We have seen these applicators on lipsticks before. I haven't seen it in another concealer, but I think it's a great idea because it will retain a lot of the concealer inside that little space. And I'm gonna be using this little sponge by Jeffree Star and Morphe. It's a very thin formula. You know what, I'm going to see if I'm going to be able to blend it in with my finger. Because for the corrector, I want to keep it all containing one spot where I really need to correct. So for right now, I can tell that it had canceled a little bit of my black circles. It hasn't completely covered them, but somewhat is there. Now you can tell. For the concealer, I got the shade C7. So this shade looks a little bit too light for my skin tone, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do with this concealer is I'm gonna apply it with the sponge on my right hand side, and then I'm gonna go with a brush and apply it with a brush on my left hand side. That really made my under eye really bright. Yet I think this is not the perfect match for me. I'm gonna go with a little bit more. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my Sephora 67 brush, and I'm gonna apply the concealer with a brush on my left hand side. Obviously the sponge is going to absorb the product, so you can tell with the brush I get a little bit more payoff, but the shade match for this concealer and my skin is not the best. So it looks kind of weird, to be honest. Now next item that I ordered, it is this Magic Star setting powder, and I got it in the shade Fair, which again, it may be a little bit too light, but who knows. The package is really pretty. Outside you will find it's a jar This is just plastic. It has the star logo from Jeffree. And then when you open it up, it says right here, close and open. So you have some instructions right there. So I'm just gonna open it. And then it has this sticker with a really long tab. So you're able to actually pull it out. So if you have long nails, or, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. It's, as you can tell, it's very easy to. Now I'm gonna be looking a little bit crazy today, but what I wanna do is I just wanna set one side of my under eye, and I'm just gonna leave unset my other eye, just to see how much it creases, if it's self-setting or not, or if it moves a lot. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna just set my right side of my under eye, and then my other side I'm not gonna set it. I just wanna see if this concealer will move a lot, if it's creaseless or not, and just kind of take it from there. Most of concealers, they crease under my eyes. I think I just found one like a week ago. It's a Tone 4 Emotion Proof Concealer that didn't crease on me at all. So I want to see if these will kind of have the same results. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of the powder on this cup. I'm going to be using my Hourglass brush. I have really fine lines on my under eye. And the concealer has to start creasing quite a bit on me already. So I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth it out a little more, and I feel like I have to set them. Now this powder is matte, so it will mattify your under eyes. Not my favorite finish, to be honest. It may really matte my under eyes. Now it's very finely milled though, so it will be really easy to put just very little of this powder and actually brighten it up a lot in my under eyes. It has a scent. It's not a heavy scent. The scent is just it's cotton candy, like that, very light. Now the concealer doesn't have any scent at all. I'm gonna also go ahead and set my eyelids. So this concealer definitely is not creaseless. It does crease, so you're gonna need to set it. And it may be because of the thin formulation that it has, that it kind of moves around. So it's, you know, it's a little bit more hydrating and not so matte. So you will need to set it. Okay, so I'm gonna go now with my Blood Sugar palette, and I'm just gonna do a very simple eye look. Tongue pop right here, and I'm gonna be using the E27 Morphe brush to apply it all over my lid. Go to the shade Blood Sugar, and I'm just gonna deepen out my outer V's. I'm gonna go to this shade called Candy Floss, and it's kind of like a baby pink shimmer shade or satin shade. And I'm just gonna use a concealer brush by Colourpop E3. I'm just gonna apply it on my lid. This shade, I think you need to use it wet, or you can apply it with your finger. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it with my finger. It's kind of hard to get any payoff with a brush. I'm gonna go back to the shade Tongue Pop, and I'm just gonna fluff up a little more on my lid, kind of blend it all in. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and use the same shade Blood Sugar with a pencil brush. And for my inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go to the shade Glucose. Right here is the white shade. And I'm just gonna use it on my inner corner. And this is just like a very soft look. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Calabazas. So I'm gonna go to my face. I know I went like lipstick before my face. I don't know, and it's one of those days, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and use this Charlotte Tilbury Love Gasm palette, and I'm gonna use the whole thing right here. I'm gonna go first with blush, and I'm gonna try to use this is a gelée type of formula, so it's kind of hard to pick up. I'm gonna see if this Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH02 brush will pick it up or not. I'm gonna go to this shade right here, this blush with a IT Cosmetics and Ulta. Then I'm gonna use the same brush, and I'm just gonna go to this shade right here. This is the Pop Blush. I'm just gonna take it towards the back of my cheekbone. So for my highlighter, I wanna use again this Liquid Frost in Ice Cream Bling. I used this one in my review for the Blue Blotted palette of Jeffree Star, so I'm gonna use it again. So you have this, it comes like this. I'm just gonna grab very little. I want to clean the edges of my bronzer, so I'm going to use that powder by Jeffree Star, and I'm going to be using these, and I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star sponge. He just collaborated with Morphe, so I'm just going to put salmon here. And you know what? I never bake, so this is going to be different and fun. So here you go. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm going to bake. I never bake. This powder smells so good. So there you go. I'm just gonna make a sharp line right here. And I know today I did everything backwards. I was like supposed to first do my face, and I didn't do my face first. And then I don't know, I did my lipsticks before anything else. Whatever, you know, it has been a really crazy week. I had my daughter, I had my two daughters, they were sick, I was sick, then my husband was sick. It was just insane, crazy. So this powder is finely milled. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I see it flying, like if it's smoke everywhere. It's really finely milled, which is great. It's really good, but it's very mattifying too. So I mean, if you don't like mattifying products, this may not be for you. And like, just for example, I went on my under eyes light-handed quote unquote, and yet it was really mattifying. So just be careful when you apply it. And now I'm just gonna sit down and let it bake and read a magazine. No, I'm just kidding. So I will let it bake, and I'll wait right here because I finish out with everything else what I need to do. Okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and apply on top of that Liquid Frost this highlighter right here by that Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use this Y14 brush by Morphe. Just gonna, I don't know, like, kaboom. Do you see it? Do you see the glow? It's out of this world. Okay, so there you go. There's the glow right there. Pretty, pretty. Now I'm gonna go ahead and buff off this baking. It smells so good, this powder. It's just so delicious. And this is it. This is the finished look. Okay, my friends, it has passed a few hours since I applied all these products by Jeffree Star, and I think I have a solid idea of what I think about the concealer and the setting powder. So now I think you can tell that my under eyes, I do have a lot of fine lines right here, and I think you can see that the concealer has settled into my fine lines. I have sensitive skin, a little bit dry on my under eyes, and I have a lot of fine lines, so it's signs of aging. Now if you can tell right here, you can see I have a little like divot. I have fine lines right here. You see the wear of the setting powder and the concealer already, and how it has cracked a little bit under my eyes. So it is, I think, pretty much normal, but I wish it had a little bit more durability. Now, the coverage itself, it has a nice coverage. At the beginning, it really gave me a good coverage, the peach corrector, at canceling my black circles. But then after a few hours of wear, you can see my black circles, they are still peeking through, and you can still tell they are there. I just want to make sure you can really take a look at how is the wear off of this concealer. Now, the concealer itself, it brightened up my under eye area, so that was good. And I think I put a really good amount of product under my under eyes. So given to that, it could be that maybe I applied too much product, so maybe next time I will apply less product and see if maybe the creasing is not as much as it is right now. I had set both of my under eyes, as you were able to tell, on my application, and the reason I did that, I was supposed to leave one of my eyes unset, but I saw immediately that it was creasing. So I don't think this concealer is crease proof. It actually has a really beautiful finish. It's not completely matte. It doesn't have a radiance finish, but it does have a natural skin-like finish. Now about the powder is mattifying, but because it is so finely milled, it doesn't look cakey. It actually has a beautiful finish, blurring, very satin, and it actually lets breathe the skin. So it looks really pretty, and the wear is really, really nice. Now, my opinion about these products. I really enjoy the corrector because it immediately showed that it was canceling my black circles. And then I really enjoy the concealer as well. I think next time what I'm going to try is to apply maybe a little bit less, not layer too much on my skin, because I don't know if that may be why the concealer started creasing on me. But I definitely think this is not crease proof. I think regardless, it's going to crease. So you definitely need to set it. Now, as far as the setting powder goes, I really enjoy it. I don't like too much of mattifying powders because I just feel like sometimes they look cakey. But once again, this setting powder is so finely milled that it's not going to leave you with a cakey face. Now, I'm not very fond to those products that contain fragrance, but this product right here does contain minimal fragrance, but it dissipates. It goes away really fast. It doesn't linger on you, so I think it's it's okay. I wish it didn't have any fragrance in a way, but it's the touch of Jeffree Star and his products, so it had to have that cotton candy scent according to him. So I give it that, but again, the fragrance is not overpowering that you will feel like, oh my gosh, all day long I look like cotton candy walking around. No, it's not like that. So I will definitely keep trying the concealer and maybe give it another chance and a little bit on more light-handed application, because I layered the two, concealer and color corrector. And I will definitely keep using the setting powder. I think it's a really nice setting powder. And before we wrap up, I just want to give you a little bit of swatches of the powder up here in fair, then the color corrector in peach. This is the C7 Magic Star Concealer. Then I have the Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. And then down here I do have the Born This Way Concealer in the shade light beige. As you can tell, this concealer right here, the C7, is very, very light for my skin tone. So maybe I have to go 2 to 3 tones up on the scale to kind of get up to these kind of colors that it will suit, I think, a little bit better my skin tone. Okay, my friends, I think that's a wrap. I will highly suggest, if you're getting any of these products, to actually go ahead and try to go to your local Morphe store and swatch. I hope all these products come into Ulta store. That will be amazing. That way you can really swatch and tell which are the best shades for your skin. Other than that, I will be giving them a try again. I'm actually really impressed with the coverage of the concealer and really impressed of the formulation of this powder right here. Now, the only thing, once again, that I have to say is make sure you set it if you have signs of aging, or you have really fine lines as I do. Don't forget to set your concealer with this powder or any other powder, because you may find out that it will start creasing on you. Other than that, this is a wrap, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Until the next time, you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.